Hey, what? We be live. Yeah.
Woohoo! Okay.
All right, we're here.
We're doing so well this week.
We're super awesome. This week has been so awesome for both of us. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love life. I love my job. Oh, okay. Though a lot of you don't know exactly what I do. I make car parts. Well, car engine parts. Apparently, we screwed up. So we got to take back everything that we've done for like the last week and a half and retest some things. I love my job.
Yay! Yay! Quality control. Woohoo!
That's, I do. I love, there are days I just love going into work. So I'm like, really? Okay. All right then.
I love my job too. My job is actually pretty awesome. I get to talk to people, and supposedly I make them happy because I tell them we're fixing their pools. But I dealt with one gentleman this week who, well, I won't use the actual words that the gal from the warranty company used to describe him. He's a ducking base hole. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dealt with him. He was awesome. He was the last person I dealt with on Friday.
Doesn't that just make your whole weekend just start off so much better?
Oh, so good. And you know what's even better? I had him on speakerphone because I needed to look something up while I was talking to him, and my kids heard him talking to me. And when I got off the phone, they all looked at me and were like, whoa, he was not nice. I'm like, no, he wasn't.
No.
That's my job. But I love my job because my boss is awesome and they pay me. And because I got paid, I was able to afford the new water heater that we had to get today.
Yay!
Hooray! Because every weekend needs to start off with, hey, hon, the water heater is leaking.
Yes, it does.
It's so awesome. So $500 later.
Right.
Yeah, good times. So yeah, so this weekend is starting off a little rough, but I am happy because I get to go to a really cool bar tonight. I get to hang out with a friend of mine that I don't get to see very often. And there was something else. There was another reason why I was happy. Oh, right. Because the people we're going to talk about tonight are so irretrievably stupid, I feel better by default.
Yes. If all else fails, we're here to make you feel better.
We really are.
So, do we want to talk about the couple that doesn't know how to use travel websites?
Sure. Let's talk about the stupidity of not reading properly. And geography is hard.
Oh, it is. It's so hard. It kind of reminds me of the Travelocity commercial where it says where you wanted to book for Paris, France, but you booked for Paris, Texas instead.
Right. These people actually sort of did that. They were trying to go to Birmingham, England, I believe, and ended up in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, man. God bless people.
Not on the same continent.
No, and the thing, okay, no, I'm not the most proficient at all these things, but here's what I do know. When flying to England, you have to go through certain airports because they're international. And the flight time takes way longer than if you're flying from anywhere in the U.S. to Alabama. unless you have like a lot of layovers. But for the most time.
Here's the thing. I can even forgive them looking at their tickets and going, oh, the flight is only 3 hours. If they're stupid enough to realize that, or not be able to realize that they're still flying in country, they're probably stupid enough to realize, to think that the reason it's so short is time zones, because time zones.
True.
That's, I mean, literally, that is the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I know when I book flights, I always double check to make sure where it says I'm flying to in all my stops. Like, oh, yay, I get to go to Cincinnati this time. Woohoo. Oh, I'm going to Atlanta? Yay.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, when you don't get asked for your passport when you check in to your flight that's supposed to be international, that should be clue number one that you have the wrong flight. When you aren't handed a customs form, you're on the wrong flight. This is just me to you. If your flight attendant is not British, you are probably on the wrong flight.
True. Yeah.
It's just a tip, just from me to you.
And plus, I'm not sure how much the difference, the rate difference is between in-country flight and an international flight, but I'm going to guess there has to be some kind of difference because of the fuel how much fuel it takes and the hours you're going to be up in the air.
Yes.
So I'm going to guess if you got your ticket for like $700 or less, maybe it's on an international flight.
Probably not.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
No. And then there's that, you know, like weird thing, like a state indicator and a country indicator.
Right?
These are things that you should look for, especially if you think you're going to be traveling internationally.
Exactly.
Now, I understand not everybody travels internationally, and they may not know this. In which case, get a travel agent.
Yes.
Please, for the love of God, use a travel agent. It is worth the commission fee to use a travel agent. I know Expedia is easy, Travelocity is easy. I know all those, you know, hotels.com, all very easy to use. I use them all the time. But I use them because I went to school to be a travel agent. So I actually understand geography and airports and travel distances. And, oh, yeah, I lived internationally. So, yeah, just little things. I can do it on my own. Those two people could not.
Yeah. Like I said, I love people. They make me feel smarter every day.
Every damn day. They never cease to amaze me.
Talking about geography, I want to talk about these 3 women from Muskegon who parked their car off the road and decided to go tubing. They didn't have anybody in the car to go meet them. They just left their car there and probably got stranded on the river for 21 hours. I mean, they got out of the river, you know, hunkered down for the night, but it took 21 hours for somebody to find them. Why did they not have somebody else come and bring their car to a meeting place? Because they thought the river went in a circle. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. I may not be the smartest person in the world, but the only river I've ever seen go in a circle It's the lazy river at the local water park.
Exactly. I was going to say, that's not Wet and Wild that they were at.
No.
They were just in the wild.
Yeah. Because I'm like, apparently they didn't pay attention in school when you learned about how rivers work, because they have to be fed, and that's what creates the currents and makes it move. And apparently they missed those few days.
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to understand those things, don't you know?
Yeah, because, logic. There has to be a driving force to keep the water going. I get it. I understand. It's hard.
They're probably just used to the water park thing where, they see river and they think lazy river. That's right. Cool. But if it's not got lifeguards near it and you cannot see to the bottom and there's no rapids of any sort and there's no fake greenery anywhere around. Oh, also, you're not at a theme park. It's a real river and they go places.
Yes, they do.
Like if you're ever lost in the wilderness and you come across a river, follow it. Go the direction it's flowing and follow it. You will find civilization at some point in time.
Exactly.
That's my tip. But these poor ladies, I don't know. They didn't have a brain to share between the three of them. I don't know what was going on in their heads. They should never be allowed out in the wild again. Not without a guide.
When I first read it, I thought it was like an Onion type story. And then I realized a lot of my Facebook friends were posting the same story because it's kind of a local story. And then the meme started. Like they were taking like pictures of like lazy rivers. And, instead of going, I thought it went in a circle.
Yeah. Boy. See, people like that make me feel better about myself.
It's you.
They serve
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
I like to live my life as a warning to others. I think that's, my lot in life, and I'm okay with that. Everybody needs a purpose.
Everybody does. And apparently these people, their purpose is to make people feel smart.
Yeah.
So anyway, how's your dating life?
Well, I'm kind of in a dry spell right now,
Yeah.
But I go online and find somebody.
You probably could. I heard about this one case. Now, have you ever seen the movie The Terminal with Tom Hanks?
No, but I remember reading things about it.
Okay, so it's based on a true story about a guy who basically had no man's land. Like, he didn't belong to any country. He left a country. It ceased to be a country. He was stuck in, he couldn't go through customs because then he'd be arrested. So he lived at the airport for a very long time. This is not that, but it's close. So this guy meets this girl online, and it's just magic. They're totally in love. They've never met. He's from Belgium, I believe, and she is from China. But they're in love. Totes in love. So in love, he decides to fly all the way to China to meet her. Now, that's crazy enough, but it gets better because he gets to China and this girl is nowhere to be found. He can't get a hold of her. She is not at the airport. He has nowhere to stay and doesn't speak the language and doesn't know anybody. And so his solution to this, this just shows the total smartness of this gentleman. His solution is to just stay in the airport for 10 days. 10. He doesn't eat. He becomes emaciated. Like, he loses the will to live. He still can't get a hold of this girl. She's nowhere to be found. They finally medically transport him, and they get him the medical care he needs, and then send his butt back to his country. The girl he was supposed to meet claims, this is the best part, claims that she was out of the city getting plastic surgery, some sort of cosmetic surgery, and therefore didn't get any of his messages for 10 days. What? What?
What was that football player's name? They had Mateo?
Oh, yeah, the fake girlfriend. Yeah, I forget his name, but I think, yeah, Teo or something like that. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure Prairie Dog will remember the name and post it on our Facebook
We'll
page.
get told, and it's okay. We appreciate it because we don't know.
Totally forgot. Now, here's my thing. I don't know. I've never been to China, so ergo, I don't know how any of their airports look. Nor have I ever traveled without having any money on me. I always have some kind of money on me. And I always have at least a credit card on me. If you're going to travel somewhere, when you get some money, and then usually they have these things called food courts and vending machines. I'm like, if I had to choose an airport to be stuck in, Atlanta wouldn't be too bad. You can buy just about anything there. I remember the first time I went through, they got suit shops, they got jewelers. It's like a very high class mall.
Hell, you could probably get a job there.
Right?
If you were really stuck.
Exactly. I'm sitting there going, and like I said, most of them have these things called food courts, and the food courts have really nice restaurants. Except for like the small ones. Like my local one has like a pretzel place, and that's about it because it's small. But I mean, at least Detroit has a Chick-fil-A in theirs.
Right.
And I was so happy to find that out. Like, what? There's a Chick-fil-A in Michigan?
Yeah, I don't know what this man was thinking. I mean, obviously he was not thinking. I'm also pretty sure this girl is not real.
Right.
I mean, there's a person behind it, but I'm thinking if you're so in love with somebody, you're going to tell them, hey, I'm having a surgical procedure in the next couple of days. Don't come to China.
Right. And then the other thing is, not that I'm a relationship expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just want to put that out there. But if you met somebody over the internet and are falling in love with them, there's this thing called Skype, and you can video chat with them to make sure that they are indeed alive and they look like their profile picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, this whole thing is just weird, and I don't get it. And both of them, like, if she is a real person, and that's a big if, but if she is, I really think they may be made for each other because both of them are making horrible decisions in life.
Yes.
And they should make horrible decisions together somewhere. Not near me, but
right.
somewhere. But yeah, a little tip: if you're going to travel, especially internationally, bring cash. Some cash, any cash will do.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Like
it.
I said, most times Visa and MasterCard have this neat little thing that they do with credit cards. If you don't have the cash, because not everybody has the U.S. dollar, folks. Hence why it's called U.S. dollar. If you use a credit card, like I said, Visa or MasterCard, I don't know about the fancier ones, but I'm pretty sure if Visa and MasterCard do this, American Express will do this also. When you swipe, they kind of like translate it into American funds. Like if I go to Canada and swipe my credit card there, okay, in Canada it costs this much. But this is how much it costs in American, and that's what we're going to charge you because that's how you pay. It's an amazing service.
It is, and it's all automatic because it's all keyed in to be part of the exchange rates. They keep up with that, and they do. I worked for a credit card company. I saw this happen multiple times. It's very simple. Very, very simple. But, you know, this guy, obviously, he was just a lovesick puppy dog who just wanted to get to China and see his lady love.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thought was going to happen once he got there, though. I mean, honestly, 10 days. Did he not have a return ticket? I don't remember. Was he just moving there?
I have no idea, to tell you the honest truth.
Because I think after...
I'm amazed I remember what my name is.
Well, here's the thing. If you have a return ticket and the person you're supposed to meet hasn't answered you in, I don't know, let's say a day. Okay, I'm going to go 2 days. Let's say you're in the airport for 2 days and you haven't heard from your lady love. Go to the ticket counter and see if you can change your ticket so you can go back home. So you don't, you know, what's that word, die in a foreign country.
Exactly.
Or
to me.
I just, or go to your embassy. Your embassy is there to help you. I'm floored by the stupidity of it all. Again, yeah. Makes me feel better about myself.
Exactly.
I feel like a super genius.
Like a wild coyote super genius.
Indeed.
I get all my products from Acme.
Yes, it's a good company.
Trust.
Indeed. It's a good company.
You know what would be awesome? If YouTube actually uses as the screenshot.
Ah! That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't that like be like the best screenshot ever?
I love it.
We should. I gave them 3 chances to use it as a screenshot. So YouTube employee that watches all these, that's number 4.
Oh dear. And instead it'll be one of us raising our arms and making funny faces. That's you know that's gonna be what it is, because it always is. It never picks the moment where we're like making sense and smiling pretty. No,
it's running around a rat going, ah! That's gonna be the shot right there. That's gonna be
probably.
You know, it's like a movie trailer where they show you like the weirdest parts, and you got to figure out, what's this movie about?
Put it together yourself. It's an IKEA type ad, is what it is.
Oh, yep. There we go.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so what was the last one we were going to talk about?
So, have you ever been to one of these Japanese hibachi places?
Yes.
Okay, I have never had the chance to go to one, because I like to experience new restaurants with friends or family, and yeah, I don't have any daring people in my family. So, but apparently there was one, I forgot what state it was even in. I want to say it was flyover country. I know that much. But
I want to say Missouri.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But it's, yeah, you're right. It's a Midwest area. Yeah.
Yeah. And this couple went to a hibachi restaurant. And now they have a water gun that's shaped like a person that shoots water out of an interesting place. So one of the chefs was being kind of playful, and what he does is he'll kind of shoot people with the water gun. Well, because he shoots it out of a special place, the woman has filed sexual assault charges against the chef in the restaurant.
Folks, we can't make this up. We can't.
No, as much as we really sit there, because here's the thing. Every time we see stories like this, the first thing we do is go, is it from The Onion? Okay, is it from Raw Story? Is it from this one? Is it from this? Like, we'll go down the list of like every like satire sites that we know of, going, is it from these people or is it from...
This was not...
make sure it's a legit.
Yeah, totally legit. Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, so first of all, common sense should rule here on both parties. Number one, if you're going to squirt somebody with water, you should probably let them know that it's going to happen first, because some people don't like that, like women who put their makeup on really nicely and they don't really want water splashing on their face and ruining their makeup on their wonderful night. However, common sense needs to be on the other side too. If you get squirted by this toy that, well, it pees on you, that's what it looks like. That's not sexual assault. It's not even, well, you could argue it's assault because you are being touched in a manner that that you didn't request. Like, so technically it's assault, but really, you're at a fun restaurant. Those places are fun. I love going to them because they like make the volcano out of the onions, and they do, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. They juggle, and they crack the eggs, and it's so much fun. This is just a fun thing that happens in it, and if you don't have a sense of humor, don't go to those restaurants. Just don't. You'll have a bad time. This
Right.
will be a bad time.
So what you're saying is a lot of social justice warriors would not have a good time at a hibachi restaurant?
No, they probably wouldn't. It's probably not a restaurant they should go to ever. Mostly because I like to go to them and I don't want to deal with them. And it's a communal table, so you might get stuck with one. And no, not on my watch.
No, I'm coming out for a good time. I don't want it ruined by some idiot. I'm
Right.
with you.
Right? So, but next time you come visit me, I'll take you to the one that's right up the street from us. It's really good. It's called Geisha House. It's super yummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a deal.
And
As soon as I can afford to do anything ever again, yes.
True. I understand.
You say, come on, lottery.
Right.
Just 6 numbers in a row. Come on.
Hey, did Powerball hit? Did somebody win that $498 million Powerball? Or is it like astronomical now?
I have no idea.
Okay, because if it's astronomical, we have to get my father-in-law to buy us some tickets.
Why your father-in-law?
Because he's in Minnesota.
And
And he lives across the street from a gas station.
I can buy Powerball in Michigan.
Cool. Then maybe I can have you buy me some.
There we go.
Yeah, it's that's just the way I'm like, whatever. When it gets really big, we spend like $10 on tickets and that's it. End of story. Game over. Thank you for playing. We never win, but somebody has to win.
Exactly. And if you win, because I bought them, I only asked for maybe anywhere between 10 and 25% of the winnings.
Dude, I totally would split it with you. You know I would.
Yeah.
I'm not greedy.
Here's the thing. I don't want a lot. I just want enough never to go back to work again.
Oh my
Don't get me
goodness.
wrong, I love my job. It's just any of you that understand factory work at all and have had to do mandatory overtime will understand the way I'm feeling right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's summer. It's summer. Ah. And I have to work 6 days a week. No, a hair came off the fan and hit my tongue. Ugh.
I know, but you know that's going to be the thumbnail now. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. But I'm working 6 days a week. I don't get to do anything fun for summer. Constantly at work. With machines that don't work and with people who are just crabby because they're working 6 days a week.
Seriously, though. Ugh. Yeah, my daughter, we were driving in the car today, and she said, Mom, have you seen that meme that would you shoot your best friend in the leg for $10 million? I'm like, yeah, I would, and my best friend would probably let me, and we would split it, and it would be fine, because you do it through and through, don't hit the bone. Like, this is pretty simple. Couple of stitches, $5 million later. So my only stipulation is I don't want to pay taxes on it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Can I just tell you, I have won so many people over to like the libertarian side of this election just on taxes.
It's amazing, isn't it? People don't understand what you get taxed on and how much you get taxed on it.
Oh my goodness. It was funny because I've been dealing with taxes lately, and I had to go to a real estate agent this week, and I was discussing with this lady how much the property taxes are in the town that I live in, and where I'm gonna, and like I'm such a big mover, I'm moving like a mile away. Yeah. But I said it's as much as the property taxes in this other part of of Michigan that's known for a whole bunch of rich people, because we have a blue ribbon school and we have all these different things. So the property taxes are just outrageous out here. And I'm like, what the heck?
That's awful.
It is.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't know where all the money's going. That's what kills me. It's like one thing, like when I purchase something, I know where the money's going, because I understand there's so much money goes for the parts and the molding and all that stuff, because sometimes you have to go to a supplier for the company, from a different company than the company that actually makes it, and you have to get everything just so, and then there's the assembly process and da-da-da-da-da. And then you got to put labor costs on top of that with the shipping costs, and then you got to get the profit in there, and then the retail person has to get some profit in there. So at least I know where the money goes with that. Taxes, on the other hand, it's you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know if it's going to a $300 hammer, or if it's going in somebody's pocket, or if they're actually fixing the roads.
Oh my goodness, you said the other day.
Oh, I saw the article. Yes. Oh my gosh.
So we have this big 131 that runs through most of West Michigan. It's the north-south. Part of it had to be closed Thursday because it buckled from the heat. And not just a little buckle. No, a freaking buckle. Like it was 8 to 10 inches from where it was supposed to be buckle.
Did you see the video in Minnesota of the road that buckled and people their cars went flying over it, like 3 or 4 of them, before they finally stopped traffic and got that ticket. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Because I joked about it when I posted the story on my Facebook. I'm like, I'm like, piff. I'm like, who cares about your car suspension? Life's about risk. Drive fast, take chances.
Oh my goodness, yes. So, he does weird things to roads. Who knew? Laws of physics knew.
We're going to put black stuff on something that's going to have sun hitting it for at least 12 hours a day.
With cars going over it, heating it up more because, the cars, friction, heat from the engines, details.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay, so we forgot. We have one more. And this is a good segue. Speaking of not knowing where money goes, let's talk about the Olympics. Hooray! First of all, kudos to the USA for getting their first gold weapon or using a weapon. There we go. I can speak. And you know what's really sad? This is water. Okay. Kudos. 19-year-old girl. God bless her. Shooting competition. Gold medal. USA. USA. All right. USA. But let's just talk about the nightmare that is the Rio Olympics.
Oh my goodness. Okay. If I don't know if anybody has seen any of the videos or pictures of the Olympic Village. Oh my goodness. Where we send the finest from the world, finest athletes from all over the world. And you mean the kitchen has a sink, right? No countertop, there's no stove, no cooking. The bathroom. I didn't see one thing right in there. They had water underneath their beds.
Did you see the sink that disintegrated upon the faucet being turned on?
No!
It literally fell. They turned on the faucet, plaster everywhere. It broke and fell. Gone. No more sink in the bathroom for that team. Then there was the fire where the fire alarm never went off, and then they come back and all their stuff was stolen. The Taiwan hurdler was attacked brutally, mugged and attacked. Can't compete. Oh, let's talk about the raw sewage.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, the open water swim and the sailing. They've advised people not to open their mouths whilst on the water. Now, I don't know if you've done any open swimming or know anything about it. It is impossible to not open your mouth while doing an open swim.
Ew.
That's how you breathe. And they're going to be swimming in water where raw sewage drains into it.
Ew.
Yeah. I understand that even in the pools, like the contained, chlorinated, supposed to be clean pools, there's bacteria in those as well. I don't know what bacteria, but when you have chlorine in a pool, you should not have bacteria at all. Like, period.
Oh my god, it's bleach resistant bacteria. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Can we just talk about it for a second? Bleach resistant bacteria, people. And we thought the biggest thing we were going to have to worry about in this Olympics was Zika.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Can we talk about the fact that there are 1.5 million tickets that have not been sold? Is it 1.
Who wants to go? Here's the thing.
Nobody wants to go.
I understand. Like, the beaches in Rio are really supposed to be like pretty and all this stuff. It's supposed to be like a tourist destination. Here's the thing. Knowing that I can be kidnapped because I'm going to be considered a wealthy American? No, I don't want to travel there.
Well, let's talk about those pristine, beautiful beaches where body parts are washing up. Like literally,
Ew.
body parts are washing up on shore. Yes, that's a plural. They found a foot and a hand, not from the same person.
Ooh.
Different days,
No.
different areas.
If Hollywood is listening, you could totally make like a new CSI or Criminal Minds out of this.
Ooh.
Have it set in Rio.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm a little impressed that they got all the buildings done, considering like a week and a half before they weren't sure. Oh, and let's talk about the fact that they lost the keys to the main stadium and had to cut their way in.
I have to tell you, when I saw that headline, the first thing I did is like, is this from The Onion?
Right? I did too. I was like, no, this is a joke. This is no, this is real. They actually had to do that. What? And while these world-class athletes are staying in this hellhole of a place, by the way, we thought Sochi was bad. Man, were we stupid. So while the athletes are staying under deplorable conditions, the executives of the IOC are staying in penthouses at hotels in Rio. Penthouse.
Oh, and the American basketball team, men's basketball team, are on a cruise ship offshore.
Yep, they were like, "No, peace out. We're over here. Bye." Yeah. God bless them for that. But I think the most interesting story. Well, actually, I saw a story today before we talk about the one that we want to talk about. Oh, this is terrible. French male gymnast did a vault and landed wrong and literally snapped his leg in half.
Here's the thing. I can't even bring myself to watch it because, like, there were so many comments going, you can hear it. I'm like, ah!
I didn't put the volume on, and I was like, whoa. And I have a really strong stomach. I can handle stuff. But that, like, maybe it's because I was a gymnast and I know how those injuries can occur and I know what that meant. Like, I'm sure the physical pain was bad, but the emotional pain of I've worked my entire life to get to this moment and I can't do it. That has to just...
That's going to kill him.
Plus, now he has to get medical care in Rio.
Oh.
So...
We should all say a prayer for him.
What?
Light a candle for him, say a prayer.
Seriously, though, I feel so bad. It's awful. But what's our favorite story?
The kayaker from America that got thrown out of his kayak because he hit an underwater sofa.
Underwater sofa.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know it's there?
Well, you know, the kayaks are just so deep. You know, how are you supposed to know anything underneath the water that, you know?
Yeah, the keels on the kayaks are just ginormous.
Yeah.
Because balance.
Yeah.
Are they letting him do that over, or are they like considering that his run?
I have no idea.
Because honestly, they should let him do that over.
They should. And they should let him go in a path that doesn't have any underwater sofas or anything else that's going to turn over his kayak like that. Because
I mean, there's raw sewage running through some of their waterways. So really, are we surprised that there's a couch under the water too?
No, but still.
Oh, but the other thing, because I was talking about this before we went on air, I know at the last Summer Olympics they actually built a kayak run. like man-made kayak run. Did they do that in Rio, or are they using natural waterways?
I'm gonna guess natural waterways, but I didn't. I'll have to check because
Yeah,
I was so floored about an underwater sofa.
yeah, that's crazy. But even still, like even if they built it, first of all, if they built it, it is absolutely inexcusable that there is a foreign object that is in the water. But even if they're using natural waterways, you inspect that. You inspect every inch of it because you need to keep these athletes as safe as possible. I mean, obviously anything can happen, but when you have an obstacle that no one can see, no one knows is there, just no. Why? Why do you have a sofa in your waterways?
Exactly.
Why?
Is it just me, or does it seem so? A lot of these Olympic venues are just going down. I mean, the one that they had in London wasn't bad. I'm still upset that they chose the wrong Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong, love Matt Smith, but they should have gone with David Tennant because it would have gone with the storyline.
Yes.
But that being said, I don't remember hearing any of the stuff that we've heard from Sochi or Rio happening in London.
Nope. Or Sydney.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's like, why are this International Olympic Committee keep going with these countries, you know, that aren't going to have it ready and there will never be prepared because of the socialist government or communist government, whatever have you. Why are we willing to risk the best athletes from our countries? Because these are like our brothers, sisters, and, you know, they're us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're sending them over to these countries where they can be mugged and they're staying in like the worst, you know, some of the worst places ever, you know.
I mean, at least Sochi wasn't dangerous in that respect. It was cheap. Like when you can tear open your door. Have you ever seen the movie? Have you ever seen the movie The Man with Two Brains?
I don't think so.
It's Steve Martin.
Okay. I don't think I've seen it.
There's a running joke about the building that somebody lives in. I haven't seen it for a while, but there's a running joke about it that the walls are paper thin. And then there's this whole scene where he has to escape and he remembers that the walls are paper thin and he walks through them. That's what Sochi was. This Rio is just all things wrong. Now, there is a movement out there where people are suggesting a permanent summer location and a permanent winter location for the Olympics. Now, I don't know how it would work.
No.
I can tell you this. If there were a permanent location, especially for summer, because winter gets dicey because you get people that learn the runs and learn, you know, when for the skiing and stuff like that. Like if the runs are the same, I don't know. So that's where my sticking point is. But as far as financially being stable, the IOC should just pony up and do this. And then countries can vie for being the host country for whatever year. And then their expenses are only any signage that they want to put up for their country for like promoting Brazil or promoting USA. Also any security that needs to be put in place and take care of any maintenance issues that need to be taken care of for that particular Olympic year.
That makes sense.
it makes more financial sense for the countries that want to host, and it keeps it safe for the athletes. You can make much better accommodations for everybody because they're permanent.
Exactly.
So it's an idea, and I think after Sochi and Rio, we really need to revisit this idea.
Exactly.
So,
because that's something that kind of upsets me. I am not an athlete, but I've seen some of these people and the determination that they use. Like, it's not like a hobby they picked up at like 12 or 15 years old and then they're going to Olympics. No, a lot of these people start at like 3, and they train, like they have ridiculous training hours, and they watch their diets, and they there's so many things they do, and to be you finally achieve your dream, you get to go to the Olympics where the whole world is watching. And you're not even staying at a place that's as nice as the Motel 6 or Super 8. I would be destroyed. I don't even care what country you come from. I don't even care if you come from a country that doesn't even have nice places like, we'll still say Motel 6. They don't have hotels up to that standard. But you're in the Olympics. There should be a standard of, what these people have to live like during their time in the Olympics. I don't say it has to be completely fancy, but like you said, with the permanent, you make it once and you keep up with maintenance. If you keep up with maintenance, the only thing you really have to do is, maybe, change the decor every once in a while, make sure the plumbing's good.
Right?
It lasts for a while. We're talking like decades.
Yeah. And most countries that host, most cities, countries that host, they're bankrupt because of it. They don't pay it back for decades. Decades. That seems ridiculous to me. Why would you put your country, especially a country like Brazil, why would you financially ruin it just for 10 days or whatever, however long the Olympics are?
Yeah, because, it's one of those things that just kind of bother me when it does. It's one of those things. I would just be devastated, hands on, especially if I'm an athlete down in Rio right now, knowing some of the stuff I have to go through. I am so glad that Michael Phelps isn't swimming this year, because I don't want him swimming through that bacteria. Not that he is my type of guy, but the dude kicks ass at swimming, and I don't want that to get marred in any way by Brazilian bacteria.
No, that would be gross.
You don't see that down there.
No. But we're running on our time here. So I hope you all feel better about yourselves that are watching. Know that you are smarter than every single person we talked about tonight, except for maybe Michael Phelps, who I just love. And let's see if we can't work on this whole permanent location for the Olympics thing. I think it should happen.
I think so too.
Yeah. And next time we'll be maybe more politically minded, but this election has me fried. I'm done.
There's an election going on this year?
There is. It's kind of a big one.
I know I get to choose between thing 1 and thing 2.
I'm going with door number 3. So anyway, but if you guys object to anything that I've said, or you think I'm just hilarious and cute and you want to give me a compliment, You can reach me on Twitter at InDepthGirlism, or you can leave a message on our Facebook page, and we will respond and talk to you.
Maybe if you're like you're cute or you're awesome like we are. Hope Sparkles on Twitter and on Tumblr, even though I'm not on Tumblr that much, but if you write me a message, I will respond next time I get on there. Yeah, you know we're awesome. You know you love us. So